So what should a diabetic breakfast look like? In my view, a diabetic breakfast should comprise mostly of fiber, healthy fats, and then firstly, I would suggest a diabetic or a pre-diabetic should start the morning with water therapy. That's the first thing to take. So you may call that a breakfast too, because that's the first thing to go into the belly. Better make it warm. If you suspect you have bad cholesterol, it helps in a lot of ways, or you're managing high blood pressure or other conditions. You can also add lemon juice, have lemon juice occasionally to the morning water. It's a breakfast because you're using it to open up. That's the first thing you're taking. But the main meal of the breakfast is what I want to talk about, using my own as an example. Now, the main meal is better made with cereals. I mean, cereals like oats, but not on a daily basis. I'll show us example of the one I made and what are the what are the ingredients in it. But before that meal, I always suggest that a diabetic should start with some few raw foods, about 2 raw foods. Too much of the raw foods are not good, but it helps to relieve constipation and then to prevent weight gain and makes you to be fuller on time. And these fruits should not be the ones that are too much in sugar. Of course, most of the fruits are high in sugar, but sometimes you can take 1 green apple. Sometimes after the lemon juice, you can take one medium-sized carrot. If you like, you can also take the apple with cucumber, removing the peels. It doesn't have to be too much, or a whole glass of juice, sweet juice. I don't even blend mine, but if you can blend it, it's better and it's good. But I don't blend because I feel like the blending makes it easier to rush into the body. That's my own opinion. You can have your own, but that's the way I feel. So when you chew, you don't eat much. You don't take much of the fruits. But by the time you chew 1 carrot or 1 apple, you're already tired. But if 2 apples could be blended for you smooth, could just gulp everything and the sugar will start to rest. You start feeling the effect of the sugar a few minutes later. And that's why I always suggest, that's my way. But after the fruit, here is what a breakfast for a pre-diabetic or diabetic should look like. I'll show you. Just look at this example of the one I made for myself. But this particular breakfast often come with some nuts like cashew nuts, a few cashew nuts. Though it's not on it, but I always take cashew nuts along with it. A little cashew nut, sometimes a little peanut, and sometimes soak some almond if it's available. It's not always easily available, but a little nut here and there to hold it, to make it stay longer. That's one of the essence of good fats. They make the energy to last longer. So that's what I made using oats. During the course of preparing the oats, I added a little soya beans powder, very good one. Been using it to increase the protein. And while doing it, I also added cocoa, the bitter cocoa, to add a little bitterness to it. And so it turned it it makes it to look brown. And then to add a little of other vitamin B, iron, I add a little dates powder. You can add dates or whichever, just little, because date is sweet. And then, honestly speaking, a sprinkle of cinnamon is what I normally add. You can add also cloves if you like, but I like cinnamon because it brings out the taste and helps with natural insulin production. So that's the breakfast. You look at it, you can go make your own. It's very easy. Just get all these ingredients. one thing I need to point out, you don't need to take it every day. Oats in particular, some people is every day. Every day they must. Some days you can take lemongrass tea. The other thing is that I have tried taking oats daily. At a point, take oats on a daily basis, even use it for swallow. And I found out that it's also inflammatory. It's not what I want to talk about here. But I tell you, that's why I started growing low. In fact, before the excess stock of the oats I had eaten could clear out of my body, I had to stay off oats for a few months. Then I had to stay off oats. And that's one of the ways to reverse the disease, if you find out the cause. And one of the signs that I found out was frequent toothaches, and then occasionally we're having small aches here and there. But once you start having such things, you start to look for the cause. And once you discover the food that is sponsoring it, you take it out. And in a few weeks, you'll be fine. Then I was always having small thing, toothache, don't start. Small thing, one place is aching. So I began to search, I couldn't find out. But over time, I found out that it seemed to be hidden in this oats. I was really eating it in the morning and at night. I used it to swallow, do it, and every time swallow. But today, after a long time of abstaining from it, my body was free of it, and I went back. But this time around, cautiously, don't overdo it. And that's why I often advocate for moderation. That whatever you are taking, doesn't matter how good it is, how healthy it is, ensure that you sometimes take a break from it. Just give yourself a break. That is one of the secrets of wellness. That is one of the secrets of reversing most diseases. When you discover the sponsor, because most times they are hidden in the very food we eat. We are the ones that ate the problem. They brought in the disease through what we are eating. And so the moment you stop or discontinue it, our body is so wonderful in being able to heal itself. It just begins to heal. It just begins to heal. With or without drugs, it just begins to heal. So this breakfast, you can go ahead, make your own, but don't make it every day. It's great for lowering bad cholesterol. By the time you take it, it makes you fuller for longer. Add a few nuts, like a few peanuts, cashew nuts, or whatever if you like, which will help you to stay longer. If you have avocados, you can take it. If you want to take one boiled egg along with it, it's okay. It's okay. But once I've added the soya beans, I don't want to add any other thing like dairy, egg, milk, or any other thing. I'm just good to go. If you like this message, hit the follow button, because I'll be coming back with more tips to help you stay healthy naturally.